Okay. I told someone to make a blog entry, so I wanted to talk about how much I fucking hate cops. No, that's not good one. Okay. Good one. Oh hell. Oh, I've completed, almost completed. Actually, I'm only about three-fifths of the way through. But the last part was their effort of taking the adult extraction. It turns out, surprise, surprise, medical science being what it is, they have a way to get you to control your Adderall abuse. Problem is, they can't tell you because of the FDA. It's multiple, it takes months, plural. So you're abusing it, right? And you go, let's say, 10 days without. You get your next bottle. What you do is you have to be schizophrenic for this. It only works for schizophrenics because we have a real potent nighttime dose of medicine that's very sedating. And you take that every night at exactly the same time. I chose 10 p.m. And you take an Adderall every 7 hours, no matter what. You don't set an alarm clock. If you're asleep, you don't. You take one every 7 hours. And at first, because the Adderall withdrawal is actually 4 months long, and you only miss 10 days, you have to build back up to the Adderall that level was in your system. But also, here's the kicker, and this is the best I understand it. Adderall is comprised of two amphetamines. One's dexedrine, which bombs out your system real fast. You go 5 days without dexedrine, basically you have not, effectively at least it's not there, right? The withdrawal's over. Now, the other one starts with an R. It's never prescribed on its own, though it's FDA approved. Maybe at one point was for weight loss or something. It's agitating as hell, which is why one of the reasons they give out Adderall instead of Dexedrine is because you can't just take more and more and more and feel better like Dexedrine because you get too agitated. Now, the every Saturday, so when you first get it, you have insomnia, but you never take more than one at a time. And actually only lasts 6 hours. I think the other hours to give you a break from amphetamine psychosis. So you get a little bit taper, but for about 3 days you don't sleep. When you do sleep, you only sleep 4 hours. And if the 7 hour point comes around, a half hour after the evening pills, you take it anyway. Because if you don't and you sleep, if you do sleep, and the cravings are building, you're sleeping, and wake up with them, you're more likely to abuse it the next day. And you do this for about 16 days. And then after 16 days, you'll be having, just through the course of things, even though 7 hours is 14 hours, and then at 14 hours you take a third one, because of the pill that knocks you out, you'll get to bed before that third one. So you'll have some 2 pill days and some 3 pill days. After 16 days, you cut down to 2 pills, and it's not too hard. Some cravings the first day, and then just basically, I'm exhausted. Because there's never a point where you crash and run out after the initial week of sleeping 3 hours a night. You don't sleep 12 hours a night the next week, you only sleep 6, 7, 8. And I've heard that the exhaustion will persist until June. And we run out early this month because I was taking three a day from every 7 hours. and it looks like I'm going to have one for Saturday. It's Wednesday now, and I get them filled next Friday. So 4 days without. Is that 5 days without? If we get filled on 4.5 days without. That's really good. Saturday, Monday, yeah, they fill Friday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 5 days. I'm suffering still from memory blurbs. I'll think about something that reminds me of something. I'll start thinking about it. I can't remember what I was thinking about initially. Maybe that happens to you. It only happens to me on the edge of sleep. And even then, it didn't start happening until about age 45. So it's disturbing. I'm getting a buzz from it, even through the exhaustion at the prescribed dose, which is neat. Monday, the first day of 2 pills, I felt especially good. I'm hoping after the exhaustion phase, because I didn't feel exhausted on Monday, I get back there. Because yes, the high in relation, it wasn't really a high. It was a high, it wasn't euphoric, how about that? But I had 3 Adderall the day before, so hence no exhaustion. Then I guess, and I said, God, being schizophrenic is doable. How about that? I gotta get back to feel that way again. And now it feels like nothing but hopeless work. But I'm also getting over a case of pneumonia. And according to the internet, at least, it takes 4 weeks for the being run down out of your system from pneumonia. The doctor told me I had pneumonia, as much as. It's an allergy I've watched this thing call. I said 6 days, and a woman in Canada said he doesn't have that. So, so that's it for this week. And my knee should heal this week too. The doctor told me, I said, I think I'll be okay by Saturday. He said, yes. There probably will be some pain on Saturday, but by Saturday it will also, at the very least, it'll be, you're not going to damage it by going back to the street for the car. Go to the street for your car. Well, I guess I'll take it to mean if there is still pain. Sunday I'll take it to mean that. Order groceries from Amazon. Because I was just on the computer and realized I get to the post office sometime in the next few weeks, and I'll do this first and get the other way. I gotta wait for the sick feeling and exhaustion to fade, at least the pneumonia to fade out. At least for that, because I just feel sick. That's right, but the exhaustion from it, because the run down and but if this is me coming out with pneumonia and the exhaustion from they won't fade till June from that or normalization, then I guess I can expect quite a bit of barking up. I spend time during the day lying down on the sofa. Eyes closed. I'm like twitching. I'm so close to sleep. The last 2 days I'm getting a little something done each day. Yesterday was the bathroom upstairs. Today it was the bedroom and vacuuming. And she has to sleep in bed tonight and possibly die. And life is being normalized to something it was before. I can't do anything down here except get the trash out, and I fucking need for that. And what better on Saturday or not? I'm not taking I don't know how many, like 6, 7, 8 trips to the dumpster, and one trip to the street for the car, which is just a little bit longer, set me back a day. This is no pain at all. When I wake up, there's no pain during the day. Just when I wake up. Today will be okay. The doctor said so. It's supposed to be okay. And doctors don't pick days unless they're positive, right? So that's about it. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I don't think I'm right. I think I'm crazy. I notice I nod my head slightly when I say that. I do think I'm crazy. Ted sued one of Kathy's law firms over 2 months of activity over the summer. Am I screaming and making noise over them? I don't know how much he got from me. He got $200,000 for each of 250 units. Then he sued the condo association, the condo complex company. How much he got from me? He got another $500,000 for each of these condo units, 250 of them. And then the invisible string, which is probably written into the paperwork somewhere. Don't fuck with me. No, I don't remember. Don't screw with my head. I did talk about this over before. And when they signed this, they offered a confession of screwing with me in the past. So if they do it again, they get their money yanked. It comes to me, $700,000 each time. And because it's the whole neighborhood, or 80% or 70%, it's got to be at least 70 at one point or another. It's not just a series of individual acts. It constitutes conspiracy to commit murder or conspiracy to commit manslaughter, or I hear the 2 charges Ted's hoping the grand jury will indict upon. Now, what they're doing, what they have been doing, and the justification for this is they've been shaving days off my life one at a time in a coordinated fashion until the day I die, and it's going to intention of stopping, because they don't have a motive for doing so other than hating me. So there will never be a point where a goal is met and it will end. Or if it is, and it's a ridiculous goal, it won't be met. Presumably, because what could it be? I'd be killing myself. And so they're going to die in prison. There's going to be a ghost town in another year. The removal is in December. The reason I know this is because I asked somebody, when does the payoff on the $700,000 begin? Because it's not a lump sum; it's a series of payments that the condo company and the law firm make, because they can't afford that much up front to negotiate payments with them, apparently. Or else he has the entirety of the money he's paying out. I don't know. So I asked this woman, and without thinking, she said December 2nd, and then immediately corrected herself into the 22nd, and then she knew why I asked, and she began babbling numbers at random. And so with this, I would think what this means is Kathy can cap the amount of money in the trust. Ted created this bladder for money, and he will transfer it into the trust, or maybe another entity, when he's a trustee, and begin the payouts. however many there are left. And in addition to this, Ted scored me $100 million from CBS, the chain. Another $20 million from Kathy's second law firm, the one that's based, not the removal lawyer, but the one that basically tortures me, and that is operating now. And God knows what else. So if you get your calculator and do 700,000 times, I say 80%, I think it's not over optimistic. And it's just left and right, 40 the first week. So maybe 70% though, if you want to be conservative. And Ted has a 25% commission, which I don't agree. I offer 15, 25%. Because I did that so that I could say without him, he said he was side of me. No. So 250 times 700,000 times 0.75, plus 75 million the commission for the after the commission for the CBS suit, 15 million the commission for, and they factor in taxes and I'm crazy because I think I'm worth over $200 million. Crazy. And one last thing, I wrote a blog entry that consisted of references. I just want to dig with people a little bit to amuse myself. And the reason I say that is a lot of these people hate me. And that was an amusing part to me because they say horrible things about me. And one of them was Graham. Graham's the only good person I've ever had as a friend. I just hear his voice flat and annoyed because he thinks I got into this thing about him doing. In fact, all I did was buy a basket of Phillips or somebody. He's annoying. What am I doing, Mike? And I said, look, if you can pressure upon them know what's coming, is they might be everything. And the guy at the end of the street, he's got bleached white hair, pure snow white. Since early 40s, possibly in the 30s. This weird haircut, which is plastered to his head like it's been plastic. And I hate to think about how much shit he puts in his hair every morning. He screams loud in fear, and then he starts laughing. He says, ho, ho, ho. So I assume they found grounds for the other large lawsuit. I told Steve was on the phone, maybe he'll call Graham. I said, he thinks I talk about the basket Phillips. Steve laughed and said goodbye. These are people who've been called before, right? Chad was the only one who had been called before. It's so much it seemed awkward. I was roommates with Chad. I like Chad. I told him what it was about. And he said, explains a lot. I said, you were heartbroken and you were looking for emotional connections with friends. Your friends just don't have with other friends. And I said, that explains a lot. So anyway, that's so sad.